So hello everyone. So today we are going to study about the genetics. In our previous lecture, we had completed the topic of the cell biology, and in this lecture we are going to study about the genetics. Okay, so let's start. So basically now we have a question. What do you mean by genetics? What do you mean by genetics and why it is important to study about the genetics? Okay, for this thing, just remember one thing, as I had told you in the previous lecture, then there is a characteristic to define someone as a living organism, right? And one of the such characteristic was reproduction. Now remember what I have told you. I had told you that reproduction is basically the production of the new ones. Okay, if there is any generation, like there is a one person which is you, okay, then you have to reproduce to continue your generation, or you can say to continue the human race. Okay, similarly various organisms which are presented on this earth and which are living beings, they have to reproduce themselves so that their race and their community will get alive. Got it? So during this intercourse, I had told you there are two things. First is the asexual reproduction. Second one is our sexual reproduction. Now what was the difference? Remember, I had told you there is only one person needed, or one parent basically. If there is only one parent needed and then reproduction occurs, then it is a part of asexual reproduction. It is a part of asexual reproduction. Got it? So the question is, what do you mean by sexual reproduction then? Then there is only two parents or more than one parent. If there is more than one parent involved, then it's a process of sexual reproduction. Got it? Now remember the points which I had told you in the last time. Like in the sexual reproduction, there are some limitations in comparison with the asexual reproduction, and the limitations are limited ability to produce, thereafter variations, thereafter the variations. Got it? So these are the limitations of the sexual reproduction. Got it? So now let's understand how genetics is important to study about all these phenomena about which we are talking. Got it? So let's connect our topic with these things. Okay, so basically genetics is a study of, or you can say is a branch of biology, basically focuses on the study of genes. What do you mean by genes? I will tell you in this lecture. Heredity, I will tell you, and the variations. So basically genetics has to deal with three things: genes, thereafter the heredity, and thereafter the variations. Okay, so there are basically three parts with which genetics has to deal. Got it? It explores how traits are passed from one generation to the next. Okay, if you look at your father or you look at your mother, basically, then you will notice one thing, like your body structure is very much similar to them. You having two arms, you having two legs, you having two eyes, you having two ears, you having one nose, you having one mouth, exactly like your parents have. How is it possible? How is it possible? So there is something or there is some system through which these informations are getting passed through. Got it? And this is the genetics. Here the genetics plays an important role to study like how the information is passing to that one. Okay, how two persons get involved in the process of reproduction and the new one looks similar to them. This is the genetics. It is a part of genes. Okay, and how does genes related with it? This is the next question. So we are going to discuss about it in this lecture. Got it? Thereafter, the second one is heredity. What do you mean by heredity? It means holding something as usual. So basically, in a simple terms, okay, heredity means holding something as usual. Okay, you didn't get four arms, you didn't get four legs, you didn't get four eyes on your face. Okay, you don't have two nose, you have only one mouth, you have only two ear, you have only two eyes. So you are holding the physical features of your parents with you. Got it? And this is a part of heredity. Remember, thereafter, the third one is the variation. Now, here is some twist. Here is some twist. Now, we are discussing that we have to carry some characteristics from our parents. Okay. And we are looking similar to them. But there is two main terms, and which terms are known as relatively similar, and the next one is absolute similar. So we have to deal with the terms. Okay, so what do you mean by relatively similar and what do you mean by absolute similar? Okay, relatively similar basically means that yes, you are looking like your parents. Okay, if someone sees you from a distance, then he also sees your parents from that distance. Then he or she or that person will be able to tell that your physical characteristics are very much similar to your parents. Okay, but the question is, are they absolute similar? Then the answer is no and never. Okay, you cannot be exact copy of your parent. Okay, it is not a printing press like we have to print out some papers. You can say there is a printing machine, you input some papers into it, and then you receive the exact copy. Got it? It is not like that. So we can say you are relative similar to your parents, but you are not absolute similar to your parents. Got it? So this is the main concept which we need to understand. Okay, and to understand these things, there is a term genetics. Got it? Now let's begin with the genetics. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, there is one thing which you need to understand. Like before starting the genetics, you must understand some phenomena which are very important in course of studying the genetics. Okay, so there are several terms which will come in this lecture, like genes, like chromosomes, like DNA, like RNA, like GMO, like laws of hereditary. So these are the several terms which we need to cover in the lecture of genetics. Okay, so let's start and connect them one by one. Okay, so let's start. So basically, first we have to understand the chromosomes. First, we have to understand the word chromosomes. What do you mean by chromosomes? Basically, the chromosomes are thread-like structure. They are thread-like structure. Okay, most of you have seen this photo. Okay, remember the Three Idiots movie, if you remember. Okay, in Three Idiots movie, there was something that I don't remember the person's name who wanted to become a cameraman. Okay, he said that when we were born, then we had to race with some other chromosomes in order to get birth. Remember? And then it showed that it is a egg and various thread-like structure were racing together to receive this egg formation. Remember? So this is a concept of chromosomes. Basically, the threads which were racing on that time, they are the chromosomes. Okay, and the egg which were they were occurring, it is known as the zygote, or basically you can say unfertilized egg, which will get fertilized after reaching of these chromosomes to that egg. Got it? So let's come back to our topic to understand. So basically, I have tried to give you an idea about the chromosomes. Okay, they are the thread-like structure. They are the thread-like structure, and basically they are present. They are present at the nucleus. At the nucleus. Got it? So first thing we have clear that they are the thread-like structure. Second thing which is important is like they are only visible to cell division. So basically you can say that chromosomes are only visible to cell division. Got it? Third point is that they are connected at center called centromere. Got it? So basically here we have understand that chromosomes are basically a thread-like structure. First thing, I have also tried to give you an idea. Here I'm going to make a picture of it. Actually, I'm trying to make a picture of it. Just get an idea. It's a thread-like structure. Okay. Second thing which we have covered is like chromosomes are only visible when there is a cell division. Okay. And there are two types of cell division. Remember, first type is the mitosis. Second type is a meiosis. We had discussed about it in a previous lecture. Remember? If you remember, then we could proceed with it easily. Okay. And the third point is that they are connected at center called centromere. This is the centromere. Okay. So this is about the chromosomes. This is about the chromosomes. Got it? Now, remember one point also, which is absolutely important. Okay. And that point is about prekaryotic and eukaryotic. Prekaryotic and eukaryotic. What is the prekaryotic and eukaryotic? So remember, in the last lecture, we had discussed that these are the cell types. Okay. So basically in prekaryotic, there is only single chromosomes. But in case of eukaryotic, there are many chromosomes. Or on the basis of this, we have divided the eukaryotic into diploid and haploid. So basically the chromosomes of diploid ones were well organized. So that's why they are in pairs. But in haploid case, they are not so well organized. So they are basically not in pair or alone. Got it? So here we have completed the chromosome part. Now, the second thing is genes. Okay. The second thing is genes. What do you mean by genes? Basically, genes are basically bird head mounted on chromosomes. Mounted on chromosomes, like That part is basically known as the genes. Okay, so let's try the puzzle. Let's try the puzzle to get it solved. There is a two people and then they reproduce new one. Okay, so here there are two arms, two legs, two arms, two legs, two arms, two legs. How does it possible? Like two people producing the new one which is similar in physical properties of their parents. How does it possible? It is possible because of the genes. The answer is genes. And how? Because genes are the carrier of genetic information. Genetic information. And genetic information is provided by DNA. Got it? Whatever your body is all the things are coded inside your DNA. Okay, like you're similar to your phone. Okay, like it is your mobile phone. Just take an example. If it is your mobile phone, okay, it may have various things. Okay, it may have various things like songs, pictures, contact, thereafter games, various applications, in short, apps. Okay, so your phone have various kinds of things. Okay, now what happened that you are trying to change your phone, you had a new phone and now you want it to copy all these data to this new phone. Okay, then what you will do, you will simply start transfer, which is known as the files transfer. You will simply start files transfer. Okay, and then you will find that your entire data of this phone is moved to this phone. Got it? So it means that this data, this songs, pictures, contacts, games, applications were stored somewhere. Were stored somewhere. So that's why it is possible now to change the location, like you moved them from A to B. How is it possible? It is possible because the informations are saved inside the A and then you try to change the information and transfer it to the B. Similar things happen with our human body. Okay, all of your human characters like code for your two arms, code for your two legs, codes for your two eyes, codes for your nose, all this information is stored inside the chip which we call the DNA. Okay, and then DNA with the help of genes pass it this information to the new one. Got it? So basically the information of these two parents, one or two, is passing to the new one. Okay, but now there is one situation which we need to handle. Remember, I have told you that there should be opposite gender. One should be male and one should be female. If this is the condition, then only the new one could be born. Got it? So remember, if one is male, okay, if one is male, one is female, but the new one, okay, it may be male or female. How we would be able to decide whether the new one will be male or female? Okay, so you can check it. Okay, you can check it, but theoretically, if you are going to check it practically, you will go into jail because it is illegal in India basically. Okay, you cannot check the gender of your baby before born. Okay, if you're trying to do it, then it's a illegal crime. Okay, so please mind this. Okay, jokes apart, it is a serious crime. So how? Basically, come to the chromosomes. Come to the chromosomes. Okay, basically for male and for female, the chromosomes are basically in two types. For male, it is about the X and Y. For female, it is X and X. Got it? So during the intercourse, or you can say during the process of reproduction, okay, the chromosomes will try to reach the female egg, which is X, okay, and the chromosomes are coming from the male body, one in X and one is Y, okay. Now it's totally depend upon the chromosomes which are coming, okay. Suppose, just take an example, if the X reach the egg before the Y, then what will happen? It will become X and X, okay. And here I had told you that if there is a chromosome pair of X and X, then it will be a female. So when this condition happen, that the egg is become X and X, then the child will be girl child, okay. Lakshmi you will get at your home, remember. But in the second condition, if not X but Y reach the egg before X, then what will happen? It will become XY, and when it become XY, the child will be male, okay. So you are getting the male part, okay. There is not so nickname about the male, but you are getting the male part, okay. So this is the situation, basically, okay. So if I ask you, like you people are expecting a baby, just an example, not so get so serious, okay. Just an example, if they are new couple and they are expecting their baby, and I ask you, okay, on which conditions the baby will be characteristics into male or female, okay, then how will you do it? Then you can simply say, like, if the chromosome Y reach the egg X before the X chromosome of male, then the egg will be fertilized into X and Y condition, okay, and the baby will be male part. But if the condition got reversed and X reach X before Y, the child will be XX, or you can say the female child. Got it? So it is the sex determination process, basically. Got it? So now come to the next point. Genes are basically the file transfer agents, which are transferring the files from source to desired location. So basically you can say the source is your DNA, in which your entire information is kept. Then from source, the information is transferring to desired location, or you can say newborn baby, okay. So this is about the conditions. Got it? Now come to the next point. I had told you that you are not looking exactly to your parents, not looking exactly, like your physical features may be same, but your skin texture, your height, your weight, your face cut, different from your parents, right? How is it possible? The information is passing from the source to the desired location, okay. The information is basically passing through your parents to you. Then how does it change are occurring? So there is one situation which I would like to tell you, so that you will be able to understand the fact. Your parent, your father is coming from some different family, okay. So he will have a DNA of his family. Your mother, she is coming from different family, having a DNA of different family. Then they both come together after marriage, and then they will give birth to you. So the person who you are exactly will having a DNA 1 and DNA 2. Got it? And these are the reasons why you are getting variations from your parents, okay. And you can also connect it with your home example, like many times when a baby born in the family and various relatives come to the place, and then they see the baby and they said, okay, it goes up to his father, it goes up to his mother, no, it goes up to this grandfather or grandmother. So these types of things happen. Okay, so why the children's face looking like this? Okay, not exactly, it is basically a relative or basically a family thing, but it's happened, right? So how they can say that your child is looking like your father, looking like mother? How does it possible? Because there is a DNA formations. Okay, and DNA is basically transferring the information from source to the newborn baby. Okay, but these things are not certain. Okay, whatever I have told you, it's just an example. It's not so scientifically explained. To get the scientifically information, we need to understand the genetics. Okay, so let's start with the DNA, with the DNA. Okay, so the question is, what do you mean by DNA? Okay, do not connect it with the entertainment movie. Okay, it is not like the entertainment movie. The definition is different from the entertainment movie. If you have seen the movie, then you can connect it, but it is not like that. It is basically deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. It is a DNA. Got it? So basically, DNA is a double-stranded molecules. It's like this. Okay. Okay. So basically, DNA is like this. Okay. Double strand. Strand A and strand B. Okay. It is like the double strand molecule. Got it? And second thing is the sequence of nucleotides carried the genetic information. All the information, or you can say genetic information, basically carried in them. Basically carried in these nucleotides. In these nucleotides. Got it? All your genetic information, like your baby, how will he looks like, how will she looks like, is totally depend upon the information coded in these nucleides. Got it? Now let's discuss some more facts about the DNA. Got it? So let's start. I hope you all get an idea about it. Okay, so basically the DNA is divided into three parts. Okay, DNA, it's divided into three parts. Okay, and these three parts are basically the nitrogen base, the deoxyribonucleic sugar, okay, and then the phosphate group. I want you all to write down this division. It is very important from the examination point of view. Got it? And the one more division which we should learn about DNA is nucleoside and nucleoside. Okay, here it is side, S-I-D-E. Here it is side, S-I-T-E. So basically, the nucleoside is a smaller unit. It contains only deoxyribonucleic sugar, plus nitrogen base. So this is contained in the nucleoside. Now what about the nucleoside? It is deoxyribonucleic sugar plus nitrogen base plus phosphate group. So all the things of the DNA comes under the nucleoside, whereas the nucleoside, deoxyribonucleic sugar plus nitrogen base, only this comes. Okay, and next second thing is characteristics of DNA. First is very common, which we are discussing from the starting of this lecture, is that it containing genetic information. It's containing genetic information. Got it? Second point is that besides nucleus, it also present in chloroplast and mitochondria. Okay. So this is about the DNA. Okay. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Got it? So what does the role of DNA? It's basically containing the genetic information. Where does it place? It is basically placed inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus of the cell. But some of its part also presented chloroplast and the mitochondria, and about them we had a discussion in the cell biology part. Got it? Second thing which we had discussed under DNA is the DNA divisions. It is divided into nitrogen base, deoxyribonucleic sugar, phosphate group, and also it has in two divisions like nucleoside and nucleoside. So when I'm talking about the side, it only having two things, deoxyribonucleic sugar plus nitrogen base. But when we are studying about nucleoside, it having all the three portions. Got it? So students, in today's lecture, we had finished about the DNA part of genetics. In our next lecture, we will have a discussion over some more interesting topics of genetics. Till then, I want you all to revise the things which we had discussed now, so that you will be able to connect the things coming in our further lectures. Okay? Till then, thank you all.